Hey y'all, welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, welcome to Real Talk, where we are getting really real today. I am so grateful that you're here. And today, guys, I almost didn't even record a podcast episode because of the way I felt like I looked. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Okay. I really want to film a pod episode today. But this whole day I felt really drained and here I am. It's like 8 p.m. and I'm sitting down. I'm like, you know what? I finally have the energy to film it. And I'm being really hard on how I look. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, ugh, my nails aren't done. Like, I ripped off my entire right hand of nails. And I was like, and like my makeup isn't like fully done. Like I didn't feel like putting on full makeup today. So I don't have like mascara on and like my hair is up in a bun and it's crazy. And I'm in sweats and like I'm always in sweats. That's nothing new. But something that's like really been bothering me lately is like I've been feeling like I have to be so done up and so perfect to be on camera, to like show up in my own life, to like everything, like especially with like social media and everything. I've been feeling like I have to do my hair and do my makeup and like look perfect. And if I don't look like curatedly good enough, I feel like I can't. Oh my gosh, is my camera not focusing on me? Are you kidding? Anyway, I feel like if I'm not like curatedly pretty enough, quote unquote, for like society, then I can't film myself. And I've been feeling like this a lot. Like I have like acne on my chin right now. It's like red and like raised and like I'm like I don't want to film, but it's like isn't that the most normal thing in the world? Like it's crazy to me how I make videos about confidence. I make videos about having a glow up and this and that and feeling confident in yourself. And I still will like before I film a video, I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't film. I don't look good enough." And like I feel like even me looking like in my sweats and lazy, like I still fix my appearance a good amount. And that's just something I've realized that like a lot of girls do is like, even when we want to like be sluggish and be ourselves and be lazy, like we still feel like we have to like I like curl my lashes and I make sure my hair looks like messy but cute. And I'm like putting on a cute sweat set. Like I'm not wearing like, you know, like my ratty like little clothes. Like it's just so many things that like we have to think about before we like put ourselves on camera or put ourselves out in the world. And I just really like hate that recently. I used to not care as much what I looked like on camera, and it's just weird because it's not actually you know, like you're like curating this look. And I'm sorry guys, today is just gonna be like a brain dump of an episode. I just really wanted to get this off my chest because it's been like weird feeling to like I will stop myself from like posting stories and like everything like that because I don't feel like I look good enough. And I feel like this is something that a lot of girls go through where they're so hard on themselves to look perfect all the time, and we're so hard on ourselves to meet what social media and like society deems as like cute enough. Like even if you want to look messy and tired, you have to do it in a cute way. And I'm just so sick of that because your worth comes from what is inside of you and all of the goodness that you have to offer and all of your kindness and your heart. And like, I just really hate that girls as a collective, like feel like our worth has to be tied to how we look. And like, if we don't look a certain way, we can't show up at all. Like that's how I've been feeling, at least on social media. And it just really sucks because I used to not care this much. And I feel like when you're on social media for a while or you're surrounded by a certain type of person and like certain judgment and like you hear things in society, it just like kind of starts to weigh on you where like even me, I feel like I don't care most of the time about other people's opinions. But like social media recently has been making me feel like I have to look like better than normal before I like press record, and that's not realistic. Like that's not how I look most of the time, and it's just unrealistic for me to set that standard and to be following. Like the more people that do it, it just gets worse and worse. I just miss like looking like a slob and feeling like, okay, but I'm funny. Like I like what I look like shouldn't be the main determining factor of whether or not I film myself or anything like that. And I know that there's people out there that feel like this, and like social media, just everyone looks so perfect, like so picture perfect and so edited, and even like TikTok where it's supposed to be like you're picking up your phone and recording. Everything is so staged nowadays. Like I truly just don't want you guys to be scrolling on your phones and feeling like you are somehow not good enough, or that you need to change things about yourself, because you really don't. So I decided to sit down and just film me talking to you guys, like literally the way I am. I feel messy. I don't know, like recently I haven't been filming if my nails aren't done, like so many little things, and it's exhausting. When you're a girl, you have like a million things to keep track of appearance wise, and it's just like expected. And I've talked about this with my friends, and it's like so crazy to me. Like we're just expected to carry on this standard of beauty. Look at my hair right now. Like, see, like, why do I care? Why do I care? You know what? We're just going to be unhinged in this episode. I just feel like we've been like held to a certain standard of beauty. And if you don't fit into that, like you're doing something wrong. And that's just so crazy to me, because I love looking like a mess. I feel like it's necessary. It's a necessary part of like looking good. You have to look like a mess sometimes. And I love it. I love looking cute, and I love looking like a mess. I love both. And I feel like we should be able to feel good about ourselves either way. Like it shouldn't be the determining factor of how you feel about yourself that day, how you look. Like that should not be what you tie your worth to. And I just want you guys to know that, because like I even catch myself, I should know better, but I catch myself like caring way too much about my appearance. And I just need you guys to know that you are perfect the way you are. You don't need to change anything. And like truly, social media is so fake. Like the people that you see are not real. They have work done. They like look perfect for the camera. And I hate that, you know, you scroll on your phone every day and it's normalized to see people that like have it all together. But reality is people look like slobs most of the time. And it's like, I don't know. I really am sick of like girls feeling less than. And I feel like that's like a common thing when you scroll on your phone for too long. And I just wanted to remind you guys that you're so much more than how you look. Okay. And you should feel comfortable in whatever state you're in to be yourself and be confident in that. Okay. Even if you feel like you don't look good enough, like you are good enough. And that comes from within, not from how you look externally. But anyway, another thing that's been weighing on my mind recently is just knowing your worth in general. And this kind of ties into what I was talking about before, but I feel like one thing that can really drag down your confidence and bring you back into like a darker place when you've worked on your confidence, because confidence is not something where like you work on it and then it's there forever. Like it comes and goes, and it comes and goes depending on how you talk to yourself, who you surround yourself with, the content you're consuming. Like it literally will come and go. Like it's not something that's like guaranteed to stay. And I wanted you guys to know that, because like even someone like me, where I feel confident most of the time, I've been feeling insecure lately, I would say. And I've noticed myself like slowly start talking about myself in like little negative comments. And I think this is a huge thing. Like people say like affirmations don't work or they're weird, but like they literally do. And not only affirmations, but the way you talk about yourself in everyday life. Like recently I've been pointing out my flaws to people. I've been like, oh, I look like a mess today, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you just need to know your worth, and you need to talk to yourself like you're your own best friend, because the way you talk about yourself will slowly diminish your confidence if it is bad. Like it literally will. Like you will slowly realize that you feel more and more insecure the way that you talk about yourself. And I've been making these negative comments recently and just like pointing out things I don't like about myself, and like it makes me feel more insecure. Another thing that affects your confidence is the people that you surround yourself with. And this is just something that's been on my mind recently, so I wanted to bring it up. But you need to surround yourself with people that value you. And the hardest part about this is when you know someone who, you know, used to fit into your life really well, but sometimes when you're like friends with someone for a while or dating someone for a while, etc., you don't realize the type of person they're like becoming. And sometimes people can like slip up and start treating you like you don't matter, or just not treat you the way you know you deserve to be treated. And that is so hard, because in those moments you really have to like choose yourself. And I think it's one of the things that's like the hardest about confidence, is choosing to walk away when you know you deserve better. I just wanted to talk about that, because I know I get a ton of comments from you guys like, my best friend like started treating me like crap and I don't know what to do. Like I don't want to break off our friendship, or this guy I'm dating like stopped putting in effort and has a different like attitude towards me now. And like those things happen slowly. So it's like hard to tell sometimes. It's like gradual. But it's just been something that's been on my mind recently for like certain reasons. But you need to like pick people who pick you and continually put in that effort to, number one, get to know you, number two, value you as a person, and like know who you are. You know, if you're surrounding yourself with people who treat you like an option, or they used to like be really good to you, but now they make you feel like you're not good enough. Oh my gosh, that can affect your confidence so much, the people you surround yourself with, because the wrong people will make you feel like you don't deserve any type of special treatment. Like the wrong people can literally brainwash you into thinking that you're nothing special, which is crazy. Like I know I've dated people who, after I date them, I just feel like a shell of a person. Like when I was 16, I dated this guy and I just felt like such a shell of a person afterwards, because I slowly would like match my energy to his, and I didn't realize, but like I was putting so much effort and emotion into this person, and they were not matching my energy. And like that is just another way of someone proving to you that they don't value you if they don't match your energy and they don't like make you feel special. And if you stick around those people long enough, you will start to feel like very numb and very strange. And I just wanted to tell you guys that like ahead of time, like a warning, because it's hard to leave things when you want that company. Like you want to hang out with people, you want to have a boyfriend, you want to like do all these things, and you want to be around people. And I get that, but it is such a dangerous, slippery slope to hang out with people who don't fill up your cup, like don't make you feel like a full, happy person. Like this is the biggest thing ever too. Pay attention to how you feel after you see this person. If you're coming home from seeing someone and you're just drained and you feel weird and you feel anxious and you feel unsure of yourself, and this is friends or dating, like that person is not meant to be in your life. And I just think that even I need this reminder sometimes to prioritize myself, because I am so special. Like it's just the way you talk about yourself. Like I know I'm special. I know I deserve the world. And sometimes I'll put up with people just because I care really deeply, and I'll like put up with people and be like, they didn't mean it, or they'll get better or whatever. But when someone proves who they are to you, pay attention. And people show it through their actions, okay? Someone could be saying the nicest things in the world to you and being like, I really care about you and this and that. But if they're not proving it with their actions, pick yourself. Like pick yourself, choose yourself, and love yourself, okay? Because there is nothing worse than accepting treatment from people that you know is below what you deserve, because it'll slowly brainwash you into thinking that that is what you deserve. And you don't. You really don't. And you need to remind yourself of that, because it can be really dangerous. And that's just something I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I know y'all put up with the worst treatment. Like I see the comments all the time of you guys being like, my best friend's toxic. How do I cut them off? Like everything like that. And I just think that as a collective, we all need to realize how much we bring to the table, okay? Think about yourself. Think about how kind you are and how much you're caring about other people and how you put other people first and how you're funny and like all the qualities about yourself that you love. And is this person making you feel like you have those qualities? Like, is this person valuing all those things about you that you value about yourself? And that's why it's so important to know your worth first before anything else, because you need to know what standards you have for friends, for dating, for anything. You need to know what you deserve, so that when someone comes along and they're not treating you the way you're supposed to be treated, you're like, hey, this is weird. I'm feeling anxious. And if this person is making me feel anxious and unsure about myself, and I feel confident usually by myself on my own, they're not adding to my life and they need to go. And it's really hard to make those decisions, but like you need to put yourself first at all times. I think that's something that I've been trying to do more recently, is put myself first and like my energy, because I'll just say yes to everything. I'll forgive people. I'm a very like forgiving person, which can be bad, like, because you need to put your foot down, and you can forgive, but don't forget. And that is something my brother told me once, but it like literally stuck with me, because I always thought that if you like cut people off or hold like whatever, I always thought that was like considered mean. But having standards and picking and choosing who gets to be in your life is not mean. It's necessary. It's literally necessary, because if you just let anyone in and keep them around, like, you will not be happy and you will not have that glow up that you want and you will not be confident, because if you allow people to drag you down and stay in your life and make weird comments and drag you down and feel weird, like, you will never get to that point. And you might think you may be able to, and like, you'll be like, I'll just ignore it, like, I'll just keep them around. But no, like, those people are energy suckers, vampires. They will drain you. And you need to realize when you have one of those in your life, it's hard, because you can still have good times with a person like that. Like, the weirdest part about cutting someone off, and the weirdest part about having a toxic friend or like a toxic relationship that nobody talks about, is the fact that you still have good times with that person, and you still like enjoy each other's company, and you could still have like fun times and like want to hang out with them. Like, and they could still be toxic, because you know what toxic is? Toxicity is like a pattern of repeated behavior, and it could be like 90% good. But if that 10% is making you feel like crap and making you unsure about your worth and how you feel about yourself, they still need to go. And that's what's really hard about this, is because a lot of people don't realize that their friends are toxic or that their relationship is toxic. And you're like, I still have good times with them, but we fight from time to time and it's normal. But it's like, if that is diminishing your confidence and making you feel insecure, and you know it's changing your personality and how you feel about yourself over time, you need to let it go. And it's really hard to let things go. Like, I'm a feeler. I'm like an empathetic person, and I have a big heart, and I like have a lot of trouble doing that. And I've always had a lot of trouble doing that. Like, I've always been such a people pleaser, but people pleasing, it just is not sustainable long term if you want to be a confident person, because you will constantly put other people above you, and it's never going to leave you happy. You deserve so much more than putting everyone else's opinions before yours. And like, I think the hardest part is figuring out how to set your standards so that you know when to walk away from things. I just want you to write down a list of like reasons you love yourself, okay? And be so for real. Like, I know you're a great person deep down, okay? And write down a list of like how much you love yourself, the things you love about yourself, and then write down a list of how you would want to be treated in an ideal world. And this can be friendships and dating. Like, do both, because it's really important to know what you deserve. If you don't have it written down, you don't have a clear idea, you will accept treatment from like anybody, like anything. And I wish I knew this sooner when I was like a teenager, because I would just stay friends with people who were super controlling, and like, they didn't let me have my freedom, and they were weird, and they would make weird comments to make me insecure, like little backhanded comments and like things like that. And then write down your own like red flags. Like, for me, like backhanded comments, like talking crap about other people. Like, I have so many like friendship red flags that I'm just like, absolutely not. Like, that is just immediately like, you are out of my life. Because at the end of the day, protecting your peace is like a full-time job. Like, you have to be so selective with who's in your life, and it's hard. I will admit it is very hard, because sometimes you want to text your ex, and sometimes you want to keep it going with a guy you know it's not going to work out with, and sometimes you want to keep the toxic friend around because you have no plans on the weekend. And I get that. But you will be so much happier in the long run, and feel so much better about yourself if you decide that you are your main priority and not someone else, okay? And know that no matter how someone else sees you, you are good enough, okay? I'm telling you right now, no matter what someone tries to convince you of, no matter how people try to brainwash you, you are good enough, okay? And I want you to act like it, and I want you to set your standards high, because that is what you deserve. And I literally just blabbed for literally 20 minutes about standards, but I think it's just so important. And I will go back to doing Q&A girl talks, but I just like, this is a message that I needed to get out there, because I was feeling so insecure, and I was like, I know that someone out there who watches my videos is like also feeling this way, because this is a common problem with girls. Like, we're like held to such a high standard to like feel and look so pretty and like feel so confident and be a baddie all the time. And like, guess what? Baddies get saddies. Okay, baddies get saddies. You cannot always be at 100%. And I want you guys to know that that is normal and okay. And however you look should not dictate what you let yourself do, okay? You are a baddie on the inside no matter what, okay? And that is my little pep talk to you, because I love you guys, and I don't want you to feel like you're not good enough. Like, that breaks my heart. And I wasn't feeling good enough, so I'm kind of a hypocrite. But that's why I'm here. I'm passing down my wisdom to you guys, and I love you so much. And if you're new to the pod, follow the podcast if you like this episode. And if you want to follow my socials, I have TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat. And on Snapchat, I get all my questions from you guys and I rant to you. And same thing with Instagram and my TikTok. And subscribe to the YouTube if you're not watching this on YouTube. And if you are watching this on YouTube, go follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple or whatever freaking listening platform you use. Okay, I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I love talking to you guys. This is literally my therapy. This is hopefully your therapy. I don't know. But I love you guys. And if you are one of those people that listens to the pod every single day, I just know that you are my favorite people ever. And I'm so happy that we get to bond like this, because I feel like this is the most special way that we get to talk to each other, where you guys really get to know me on the pod, and I'm like, I just love it here. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace. Mwah. I love you guys so much.